So this is the way I intend to cover my chicken house during the rainy season, from the top to the down part, so that there is no way water from rain can enter into it. I acknowledge that during the rainy season, especially at the beginning of the rainy season, when the storms are very violent, it can try to remove these coverings, but I'll try to always bring it back to ensure the water doesn't enter into the chicken house. And the purpose, as you are aware, is to ensure that the water doesn't soak the litter, to get the place to become smelly and to develop maggots, so that the chicks will eat and fall sick and eventually die. So as it is right now, this is the way I'm trying to cover all across the chicken farm. Right now, after covering it this way, I'll open it because there's no rain for now. They need maximum air. They need a lot of ventilation. After being able to nail it up there, what I'll do is to fold it this way. Fold it this way so that proper air can enter into the chicken house. But when the rains fall and begin to come around June, and every day we expect rain, this is the way I hope to fold it, so that when rain is expected or when rain is coming, I'll just come and remove the nail and pull it down, so that I wouldn't have to climb again like here to bring it down. These are only up there for now because we don't anticipate any rain, and this is the first time I'm doing it, so I'm doing it quite early to ensure that I'm not caught up by any surprises with some rain that can come with the start of the heat. So when it comes to the weather in the northern part of Ghana, it brings additional hard work into the rearing of chicken, taking care of layers. And I think that there must be some kinds of birds or ruminants or livestock that do better in environments like this. It is the 9th of February 2026, and as of now the temperature is around 42 degrees and it is 12 noon. But inside the chicken house it will be around 37, 38, but outside is over 40 degrees Celsius. And I'm wondering, those of you who have already done your farms and have gotten experiences, is that the way you roof your chicken houses? And is that the way you always suffer to cover your chicken houses when it is raining? And when it is not raining also, you try to remove almost all forms of covering to ensure that the chicken gets some ventilation. Because the weather, the climate condition in northern region, and let me say northern Ghana, most people don't talk about it, that it is actually four, but it is. It is 4 seasons, let me say. And even though in books we don't normally see it that way, but it is. If you expose yourself to the weather conditions within the north, you'll notice that around this time we are in the heat season. This is February and we are going into March very soon. And during March, and in March, it will be the peak of the heat season. So from December, let me say January, February, March, and parts of April is the typical heat season in the north. Then from late April to early May, even late March, let me say late March into April, there begins to be some very violent storms, very violent winds that blow to usher in the rainy season. And that period is over sometimes up to two months. Whenever there is going to be rainfall, there is these very violent storms that come in, carrying along trees, removing people's roofs, among others, which I hope that my roofs will then be removed. So this period is also another season, because the rain sometimes does not even come at all. It's just the storm that will come very violently without bringing much rain. Sometimes the rain is just a few inches. Then after that, the rainy season proper comes, and that is around June, late May, June, July, then up to September. Then from September, we get into the Hamatan. So October, November, December, that is the peak of the Hamatan. Then around January, the Hamatan begins to go away. So all these I've just counted. There are four we experience. And if you are going to be taking care, you are going to be taking care of birds, animals, or what have you, with these four seasons that are very, very variable and very different from each other. I wonder how exactly one can succeed in taking care of birds or animals or ruminants or even crops in such a nature. I know whatever the situation, there are some kinds of crops or birds or livestock or ruminants that have adapted to climates like this. But I certainly think that with chicken layers that need some kind of cool environment, let me say around 22 to 26 to 28 degrees Celsius in temperature. I think these environments are really, really very hostile. And for people like me who are engaged in it and want to ensure that there is success, the tiredness is just too much for to engage in things like this. So that if there are other means of ensuring that maybe I can roof my building in such a way that I wouldn't have to be running up and down to cover before water will splash in, that would be nice. And then also, some I hear, even my consultant in his farm, he covered it, he just built it like a normal room, like my place, and he put in coolers. So I don't know whether that is a solution or this way with the trainer constant attending to the coverings and removal of the coverings is actually better, because putting in the coolers is very expensive. Also, it will have to be they have to be in cages, very expensive for beginners. Then putting the coolers, you have to depend on electricity and also water that will cool the various panels that will get the rooms, the chicken house to be cool. So it is not going to be easy for beginners, but I think that overall, over a long period of time, that is what is likely to be the better option, to be the better solution. However, others have been saying also that, especially when I was doing my research to begin to invest my 100,000, others have said that ruminants and livestock are also businesses that can thrive very well in the north. Because I can't just understand why the seasons are so differentiated and all of them quite hostile in their own respects. I think that except during the rainy season from late April to October, the rest of the seasons are so hostile and it makes planning not so easy. But be that as it may, we cannot sit down holding folding our arms. We need to do something. And for now, we have tried this, and I am all over the chicken house trying to do what I can to prevent smell, to prevent maggots due to rain falling into it. If you have any experiences in how these are roofed or how the chicken house is built in a deep litter system like this, please feel free to share with me so that, as you know, when I do relocate this farm, or when I do find a new farm and I'm going to build my chicken house, I would rather adopt that situation I would rather adopt that design rather than a design like this, which during the Hamatan you have to come to cover because the chicks are feeling too cold. During the heat season, you have to come and remove because the chicks are feeling too warm. During the rainy season, you have to come and cover to prevent water from running inside. And after the rain, you have to come and open so that fresh air can enter. It is just too much. But I hope that it will pay off along the line. This is my Ghanaian dream, and I have pledged to do everything that is humanly possible. I plan to do everything that is humanly possible to ensure that I succeed in this. So that those who are watching, maybe you can feel inspired also to go into something that can make you live comfortably in Ghana. Bye for now.